keep having to do this removal at this property of the same guy. He sleeps in the same place. Every time I go over there, it's like 2 a.m. I do graveyard shift security, and I'm armed also. And like this time, he gave me like 20 minutes of like little tirades about like who did I think I was, and like don't I know what his father tells him to tell us all. Like I'm pretty sure it's schizophrenia or schizoaffective, one of those like son of God complexes. But he says all this stuff like he's really articulate compared to someone who just sees things that aren't there like in other ways, like hallucinating. It's more like his position in the universe of a delusion. um sure, we're all in a dynamic with God, but he takes it too far. But he told me like 100. No, he told me at least a good 50 times how he was gonna kill me and how many times he was gonna kill me. I get into these little like arguments with him. Like I can't even believe he pulled me into like 7 or 8 of them in like 15 minutes. As I just kept asserting, sir, you have to leave the property. You're trespassing. I'm security. I have to ask you to leave. And like he just kept saying like, he's like, why do you have a gun? Why don't I have a gun? I go, do you have a gun? Like I don't know why. I'm not supposed to respond that much, but like just being told he was gonna kill me, I felt like I gave him these little moral lectures. I was like, dude, you can't do that. You can't like be in the dark and moving all fast when you know it's security or police. Someone else is gonna get you in some other type of situation. Like we don't know what you're doing underneath a huge cloak of a blanket, and he'd just be like, STFU, STFU, STFU. He like yells really loud. I'm like, all right, this is a pointless little hip pocket class on like how I wasn't saying it explicitly. It's like how to be in the clear and make sure you don't get yourself shot. Is don't look like you're trying to pull a gun out. He does this finger gun thing. He goes. I'm trying. Wait, I keep turning the wrong way. And like, and like when he does it, it's like he like goes to the shadows, like go in his pocket, and go. It's really stupid. He's playing a type of Russian roulette. Like, what if he has a gun in there and he does just like pull it out? Well, he stood in front of this light that was shining in my eyes, and I could tell he could see it. And he goes, "Booka!" And it's like, what? You just shot me in the forehead. If it was actually that you had a gun that you were hiding. That type of stuff is like different than gaslighting. You feel so dumb. If you never experience this, don't do it. Like, don't be in a situation where you think, like, yeah, this guy's crazy. I know he doesn't have a gun, but I don't know he doesn't have a gun. Like, it's too weird. So I went. I walked back there and left the car in the front. I'm not gonna do that again. I need lights to shine on them. You need like headlights and side strobe light, not strobe lights. It's the light bar has a side searchlight. I don't know. It's just his. He likes getting in arguments. He yells at everybody. Everybody who's worked at that post during the day. All last year, I worked there for like maybe less than a quarter of the year, but like almost 3 whole months of the year, I worked there filling in for people. And it's an unarmed post during the day, but at night when I drive all around to all the posts, it's armed. So it just always takes like an hour. It takes like 2 hours if I have to call the police, which I haven't been calling them on him again because I'm waiting for this stay away order from our client to come back to us. But I'll keep calling them if our management tells me to, right? So all the little law things of it, all the little best practices of psychology of it. I just said to him, I said, "Hey, do you have some reason why it's not illegal for you to threaten to kill me? Like, do you have some type we're not supposed to bring it up. We're not supposed to say to someone that they have some type of psychological diagnosis. I said, do you have a diagnosis though that makes it to where you're not guilty when you threaten to kill someone? And he just like he called me son. Shut up, son. He's this kid just like I know he's 10 years younger than me. He's not a kid. I don't call him a kid. He calls me kid. That's what it is, not son. It's just stupid. So I don't get all riled up, but I do respond a little. I want to respond less and not at all. It's probably going to keep going until, and I don't know what happens if he gets arrested even ever with a stay away order, or if they just take him somewhere else. Maybe I don't know. I think the stay away order involves an arrest at some point. There's too many people in this country, and each city has all the other things going on, so it just clogs up the police dispatch, and it takes us time to wait. This would be a good subcontracting uh, type of business if you had a a private patrol license, a PI license, a legal document assistant registration, and did contract paralegal work. So if you did need an attorney to help with anything, you could do the paralegal work underneath, but all wrapped into one. And then you could free up different businesses with their patrols to keep. Most businesses are okay with like a minimal patrol that hits key little components on a schedule, and they can be part of a patrol's larger set of tasks, and so that affects how much it costs to put a private patrol together to secure a property. But this stuff clogs everything up. It's like in contracting. My friends are contractors, and I worked on their drilling crew when I was younger. Um, when you hit a rock, they have a rock clause because it just spins and spins and spins and takes a lot of time, and it grinds the teeth down on auger. You have to replace those. When this happens, it's like, yeah, the big. I work for a big company, so they can subsidize all the time that we waste. It's not a waste, but we're not getting other stuff done, and like maybe there's a door open on another property. Usually, it's like cleaning crews or construction crews that leave a door open or something. Um, find different things that we have to call in graffiti. Uh, People will dump couches in the parking lots at night of these different buildings, and they have to do commerce in the morning. So I don't know. This stuff is a part of society. It's always going to be there. I just feel ill sometimes after it because, like, I feel like they pull me in a little further to something like, well, okay, I'm not lacking in self control. I didn't cause some bigger incident. I feel like I didn't cause liability by yelling or anything, but just the guy wants a little bit of tit for tat. Try to get him to go away. It's just weird, dude. And then the cops show up and they're like, they just scuttlebutt at the right there together because they always have two of them. So like sometimes I don't want to deal with it if there's like three people huddled in like some place I don't know. Like I have a homeless dude who's like blanket. I think maybe he has something under it that he's gonna charge out from under his blanket. Me with three people with like three blankets and stuff. Man, they did have something in there. They had a whole entire dog inside a shopping cart that I didn't see. Like I didn't hear it. Nothing. It's this well trained little dog on the street. Like they're this little street family. I basically respect people. I mean, not basically. I respect people. Groupings they group together for safety, but you can't do that. The bank has a lot of money, and the bank pays us, so we can spend all this time. So it just it's a regular cycle of asking people to leave. It's an interesting niche that way, though. Residential, we didn't have this type of stuff. We had gates. We had a squatter one time. He gave me whiplash, like ran me over with his bike. I stay out of phrase. Like physically, I stay further away. Getting yelled at. By instinct. I put my hand to my gun, and it still has the strap safety. Like, what are you doing, bro? So I know where the pistol is. freaking stuff just is. It's not a drowning dump. It just is annoying. Already, that's the whole thing that happened last night.